in other videos, I have told you about Carmen Pizarro, who lives in Manhattan in the Grant Projects, who's my former mother-in-law and the grandmother of my child, of one of my children, because the other one she used against the young one to break up the marriage. Her daughter was an intelligent woman who died way too early. Not because of anything I did, but what she did. I too will probably die too early because I can't get my medications. I can't see a doctor. There are too many people, good people, who are willing to turn their eyes away. The gentleman who I saw in Social Security, who wouldn't give me a copy of what I was getting and what I am getting, because I would have proof against someone high up in Social Security that they've been helping my mother-in-law steal money from me, as they did in workers' compensation. I left Seattle, went to New York, my attorneys knew, and what did my attorneys do? Well, they had the hearing with Liberty Mutual, and somehow Liberty Mutual presented evidence that they had to have manufactured, and possibly that's why my attorneys didn't inform me, and how people working at workers' comp in New York have tried to help my mother-in-law steal money from me, just like that person high up in Social Security is stealing money from me. Now, I'm gonna die probably because I have high blood pressure, diabetes, I'm not eating properly. I can't even get a copy of my credit report because the credit companies keep asking me for the same information I have sent to them. There's something wrong in the United States where a person who worked hard all his life and earned a certain amount of credit in Social Security, and I was injured, so Liberty Mutual is supposed to be paying, but they take too long. Now I have two knees that need surgery, not one, because they waited over a year. This is the way this woman gets back at people who tell her the truth, that she destroyed her own family, and it seems others in her family are helping her do that. So that's why I have no compulsion in stating that somebody in Social Security high up is in organized crime with my mother-in-law. Someone in workers' comp is in organized crime with my mother-in-law. I'm quite sure my attorneys took orders from my mother-in-law to throw the case so Liberty Mutual wouldn't have to show that they didn't pay me. I wonder who told them not to pay me. Was it my mother-in-law to get me back to New York to marry one of her cousins? Which, no way would I marry another person, because if my late wife's mother would degrade her daughter's marriage by doing all this to me, and hey, I wasn't the one who took care of my late wife as a child, that let her get a temperature that ruined her kidneys. Okay, she did get 2 kidneys right away. But if my kidney goes, I don't want somebody else to suffer and possibly die because I need a kidney because Cuca or Carmen Pizarro messed up my life where I can't afford to see a doctor, where my union isn't paying my health benefits like they do everyone else. What are they doing with the money? Because they're certainly not fulfilling their obligations towards me. I guess 1199 also takes orders from my mother-in-law. Maybe there's somebody at SEIU, which 1199 is now a part of, who isn't crooked, who will make sure that the people who have ciphered the money that should have went towards my benefits, and after all, when my late wife was still alive, she got half of my pension, and she didn't even have to go to court. I mean, if she went to court, she made so much that I would have been getting money, but I wouldn't do that to my late wife because I had loved her. But then again, I'm not like her mother, who have destroyed everyone, because to her, power is ruling over the family, because she doesn't realize real power is greed, not robbing an individual. I mean, the rest of organized crime is in the government. So who in government will stand up for me? Find out that I am telling the truth and that people need to go to jail for the harm they have done. And I believe it's a federal crime, stealing from Social Security, from diverting money. It's a crime that, money disappeared from the banks with the bank's help. Had to be. So, people, you don't have a job, the middle class is being squeezed. It's part of the same people. My mother-in-law is part of that organization that's squeezing you, because who were the bankers? The same bankers that allowed her to steal my Social Security, my union money that is supposed to be paying my health benefits. And, money, checks have disappeared that the union was supposed to send me. And they don't do anything because they take orders from my mother-in-law, Carmen Pizarro, of the Grant Projects on 125th Street. And, part of her family ran the Bronx. He was, the president of the Bronx for New York City housing. There's still plenty of people in that family in housing. If you've been robbed in New York City housing, look towards them, because they're the ones who've been stealing. And I can give names. So, will the President of the United States come to my rescue and show that America lives by the Constitution and not by criminals who, in my opinion, run the United States? So, who's going to help me?